Hello, ABJ, and a very good morning to you. Welcome to the show, and this is the Syndicate. It's a show where we discuss or address societal vices on Radio Republic. My name is Hadiza Galadima, and together with me is my co-host, not only my co-host, but my guy.
Yeah,
Correct.
Adinoy.
Adinoy. And in the studio, we have four lovely guests. Miss Hassana Salisu, CEO.
So how's the empire? It's good to be here.
Welcome on the show. And also Mr.
Olasude is my name, and I'm the product of the drop of the liquid of Awe. On my way, I'm called.
Yes, sir.
Nice having you on the show. And Yeti.
It's good to be here this morning. Thank you very much.
Nice having you on the show. And Mr. Temi Ezekiel.
Good morning.
Nice having you on the show.
On the show this morning, we have a very interesting topic to talk about: ritual killing. We can all agree that the ritual industry today, there's been a shift. Like from the, formerly in the 90s, we only know this, the older people to go with the ritual killing. But right now, we have the Gen Zs, like, you see, under 17. Like, I don't get. What do you have to say about that, Mr. Tini? Like,
my own opinion is very simple. Like, I don't think it's not a generational thing. It's a thing of the mind. Now, societal pressure has been on for generations to come, even in times of medieval times, even before the BC, before Christ, after Christ. There has been that societal pressure. Now, okay, you see, in time past, like in the early 90s, in the 80s, we have like forefathers, like older parents, like those who are involved in ritual killings were actually in a cult, an occultic setting. We have the Ogbonis, we have the deep confraternity people that actually participated in that. And okay, you can't just participate in just going to kill somebody for the purpose of maybe killing, for money, for atonement or something. But now in this generation now, the pressure from social media, the pressure from always wanting to show that you've arrived, the pressure from showing that you belong, that problem in our society, which is eating core into the minds of the youth, which is always showing to be something you are not, makes and just pure laziness. You don't want to go through the process of working. Like, see, there's always something to call time and season, and there's process. Process has to come to be before you can't see a boy of 17 driving in Benz.
we have them all over now.
Now even true, it's all over. But the problem is a sensible person knows that this guy didn't get this money purely. Look, even if you're into bitcoins, as they call them, say bitcoin something, you're into bitcoins, you're into crypto. You can't build the crypto hype that fast. Now NFTs are actually taking over. Now NFTs, before you can sell your NFT for $1,000, you must have done work for 3 months to hype it. Now, see the most funny thing, these young boys that are driving these cars at 17, they can't speak good English. They don't have that IQ. They are very dull. The only thing, sorry, let me even go back to the West. Go to Ikorodu boys. Simple English they can't speak, but that the only thing they can do, they can participate well in occultism. Now, killing, it means they don't have a heart. There is no love among our citizens. So you take somebody, you kill the person. And the person, okay, because you want to get money. Funny enough, the money comes. I don't want to know, okay, maybe it's not real, but if it is not real, people won't be participating in it. Sure. If somebody tried it and it did not work, it should have died now. But if somebody tried it, it worked. That's why it's actually spreading.
It's actually working.
So go to the West, it's there. Come to Edo, it's there. Come to Abuja, it's there. Come everywhere, it's there. And it shows that it's actually working. It's actually a disease that is spreading now. Funny enough, girls are actually doing it. They take young men's sperm and
we have the Yahoo girls now.
Yeah, it's both ways. So Yahoo boys is just the name you give people that are into internet fraud. No, those guys are actually ritualists. This one now, there's the plus, but whatever it is, I tell people there's no pure Yahoo again these days. When you both are too smart, you can't cheat on a by saying you are doing internet fraud, dating scam, or you are doing military runs. They are that smart. So it's just pure ritualism that's going on.
Okay, now what I want to say, do you think it's the right step for the federal government to ban Nollywood from showing or acting such things because they feel it's encouraging youth into going into rituals and all that, forgetting that at the end of every movie, there's always a lesson.
Are they actually talking about banning it also?
They don't even want anything like that. They want it off. They don't want anything that has to do with Nollywood. They don't want any ritual scene on it. That's just it. But they are forgetting that there's an end story.
They don't watch till the end. They just see where Zubi Michael is spreading money.
No, funny enough, most of them, they don't care about what the repercussions will be come next 5 years or 10 years or 15 years. As long as they live in the moment, that's what they feel. So what do you feel is the cause of people wanting to go into rituals because, like, quick money, laziness, poor parenting, peer pressure. What really?
About that, if you ask me, I would say banning Nollywood is not the best option because in every Nollywood movie, there is always a lesson at the end. If you definitely to watch it today. Nollywood is not just acting movie for sure. It's acting movie because there's a lesson, there's a message it wants to pass out. So Nollywood is not mainly or majorly the cause of continuous.
So will you say it's poor parenting, bad parenting, societal pressure,
poor parenting, yes, and greed.
Peer pressure too.
Peer pressure and greed most especially. Because most of these ritualists, most of these Yahoo boys, as we all say, are from rich homes.
No, not
all. Not most of them.
I feel just 10% out of 100.
Yes.
I feel 10%.
Yes. We naturally, we're not satisfied with what we have.
Exactly. Contentment. Exactly.
We have forgotten what God is called.
Exactly.
So there's no fear, there's no love. There's no love among friends, there's no love among families.
Us.
Imagine a brother killing a fellow brother, or
a mother and a brother,
or a father using his child or his daughter for ritual, or because the family is broke and poor, and then the father or the mother sells the last born just to acquire.
You see,
lack of love.
You see, I was actually shocked when he said the industry. You know,
it's an industry now.
And again, I was shocked because as the ritual killing now turned to an industry.
It's an industry now in Nigeria.
Actually.
I know that the House of Rep, actually, there was a motion that was raised. That was February last month. I think that was about maybe February, was it 5th or 6th, thereabouts. They raised the motion and they declare a state of emergency, on ritual killing in Nigeria. And it was said that the National Orientation Agency, the Inspector General of Police, and some other persons should come together and stop the Menance from continuing to, have its way in our society. Now, the first thing is this: what is the causes of ritual killing? In one of my poems, I said, "Now you be the devil, the issue." Me and you and I have to be blamed for whatsoever it is that is happening, because subtly we never knew, or what's it called, Mr. Temi said, over the years, the truth of the matter is, it didn't start with this generation. It has always been happening. But why is it now rampant in this generation?
Among the younger ones.
Before now, in the 80s, in the 70s, when anyone in your environment knows that so person is into ritual killing, or they just sense it, every other person move out from you.
Yes.
Their children don't rapport with you. But check our generation. Parents will now advise their own children to go into Yahoo.
Like, see what your mates are doing.
You now see ladies telling you, that they can't date you because you don't have money. Some will tell you, I'm looking for a Yahoo guy that can spend the money.
I know of a mother whose husband sent the son to school to study. As a matter of fact, the boy is no longer in school. He's into Yahoo.
Okay.
And news reached me that the mother is even encouraging him 100%. As a matter of fact, this white garment church. The mother is supporting him 100%.
She's cashing
Apart
out.
from even that, I heard
she even takes him out to spiritual places.
Yes, no, they do that. Actually, yes, they have backbones. Yeah, they have
backbones.
backbones. That's why we say poor parenting.
Poor parenting.
So the thing is this, really, it's not about Nollywood, it's about we as an individual. What is your value? I constantly say this. I won't do anything that will soil my father's name. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Before I officially changed my name to Omoawe, my surname was Awe. But because Awe is a name I hold in high esteem, so I had to call myself the son of Awe. So this is what I want you to know me as. So I won't do anything that will soil that name. So whatsoever we do, however we are interacting with people and associating with people, let us have that at the back of our mind that we are Africans, we are Nigerians. But that is so far away now. You now see a 17 years old girl dating an 18 years old boy who has a 19 years old friend. Now, according to findings, the 17 years old girl actually had, what's it called, sexual intercourse with the 18 years old boyfriend before the guy now team up with the 19 years old friend to kill the 18 years old girl. Now, they told you they got it from Facebook. That's what they told us. You know, the guy said he saw it on Facebook and they told him. Now, this is where social media comes in. I went on IG and I started seeing Kayamata, that's what they call it in Hausa.
Kayamata.
You know, they say Kayamata and they are selling Kayamata. You want your
branding.
Branding it well now. You know, you want your boyfriend to only you know, that's where it starts from. Greed.
Yeah.
You know, only me, no one else. You know, but why do you need to fight for this? Because when you fight for something like this, you need to fight to the rest of your life to keep such a man to yourself. You know, so this is where it starts from. So the quest for money, you no longer want to work. We don't see value. You know,
dignity in labor.
You see, no dignity in labor. I remember when I was in Uni Abuja, and I was having difficulties with paying school fees, so I had to think on what to do to get finance. You know, so I thought about it. Okay, let me start dry cleaning, and I started doing dry cleaning, and I was washing my classmate boxers. A friend of mine, Ayo, now came to my room one day and said, "On my way, I know you really need this money, but please do something for me. Stop washing these guys' boxers. Whenever we are with the ladies, he used to use it to catch crews and be like, he does this. Because I was involved in politics on campus, so I was well known, even though I didn't have the money. You know, but, you know, and I told my friend, I said, well, me, I need the money. I don't care what they are saying, though. You know, so if you go to Uni Abuja today, the management science block, school was in section when I was carrying, what's it called, whatever they call it here, and we were building that place. You know, there was dignity in the labor. I didn't because of what people will say.
It's just because you find dignity in labor, as you said, but most of these boys out there, they are not ready. They feel to even like to have a decent job, they feel it's a total waste of time. They feel, okay, why would I go to work, or why would I hustle?
In fact, most of them feel if they go to work, they will earn little. It soon be satisfying for them.
It
so
also
they feel
boils back to parenting.
Apart from
Because
parenting, personal
to
choice,
make quick
and
money.
also person like they said,
just like this my guy here. I
Like,
actually okay.
In the 80s, in the 70s, in fact, when we were in secondary school, we read these English textbooks from stories there. You see where the parents are grooming the children with vision and mission. They have a purpose. What do you want to be after school? What do you want to be while you were in school? You know, there's a mission. They have a vision, they have a target. But now, this 21st century, how many parents sit with their children to try to interact with them and get to know the child better? What do you want to be? How can I help you to achieve this? To guide them, to make them, to give them principles.
We have different categories of parents actually.
Permit me to say something. We are all blaming the so-called Yahoo boys now. That we're blaming them as saying, okay, parents is this, is that. Now you said something about school system. Now let's go back a little bit. Now let's understand something. The education system has failed us. One, it has failed us. Now religious system has failed some of us. That's two. Three. Now society system has even failed most of us. Now before let's not really go too far. Let's start with the school education system now. Someone finishes school. Someone even spends time writing jam, maybe 3-4 years. 4 years. Now finally get the admission to the school. Now, okay, you now even struggle your way through the school. Okay, for the guys, maybe it's more of us than I did. For the ladies, they may be stigmatized in school by these foolish lecturers trying to sleep with them for them to pass. Now they now finish the old school setting. Maybe some of them have accidents in school. Many things happen. They shall struggle and finish school. Now they move to NYSC. They glorified NYSC then. So you finish NYSC for 1 year. You do go for PPA. One thing. You do it. When you finish, now you now enter the so-called labor market. Now engineering graduate is looking for a job. This one, Now check out what is happening. Engineering graduate is working as a secretary somewhere. Someone that read mass com is doing POS. Accountant is doing POS.
Generally, our government has failed us.
Now, okay, sorry for you to stop in. Now, okay, now education center has failed us. Now there is no jobs. I mean, now now imagine how many thousands of youths are outside there without jobs. See, the Bible says, "An idle mind." They're saying that an idle mind is the devil's workshop. These minds are idle. Now, I'm a young boy that I'm just 16, 17. I'm looking up to this my uncle. This bros, they like this guy, they go school. He's doing well. Now, bros finish school, he struggle. I won't, that guy can't become a role model again in this life. He has failed already what I'm believing in him for. That one has gone a bit. Now, let's go to the religious setting. You go to church, you pray, blah, 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 everything happens, this one, down. But now, in the same church setting, they don't value you that you don't get job. They look like they go, they shank you, say, bro, this one stay one side. But one bro say that he has money. Pastor could read and say, this guy, you're doing well. Yeah, let's celebrate brother this one. Sister, this one is a rose day, but we're celebrating about this one.
Now, let's like imagine a pastor telling you your touch should be big.
Now, let's now come down to the societal fact now. Parents now. Okay, parents are saying, see this your friend now. You can't see he's using a lady. Now, it's more rampant for ladies. See your friend now, this one down, she's not doing this one. She's having money. She's buying wrapper for me. You're just thinking you're waiting for government job. Now, those three things are a normal person, those three pressures, you can't survive it too. It takes so much strength for it to say, now it takes a future, a purpose to know that, okay, all these things are just distractions. Now, these people don't have all those upbringing, they don't have that background, they don't have all those settings in them. And I say something over that's been believing in me that okay, bro, Steven, I should go school, go turn engineer, clinical. I can't the follow and the fuck for shit to do bet Nigeria. Alpha. Ticket never cut. That guy can never respect me. Now that guy now sees an easy way for him to now say, okay, I'ma just come with the press button. But we'll come add some small things join. He will do it.
Yes.
Now I'm blaming this, but I think no, let us calm down now.
That's true.
Let's make things work first. See, I'm talking about we're saying Africa is third world. Let's go to all. See, China is not a religious country. I keep saying this. But they are making things work. Apple that we glorify now, it's not owned by a Christian, no. But they're making things work because they have systems and structures in place. Our systems and structures are not in place. So now let's go to National Assembly. Most of the prominent House of Rep guys, we knew them to be G-boys. I don't want to mention names, but they now graduated to enter politics to clean their money. The controversial politicians in Nigeria, we knew them to be touts in school. Now they say something into politics. They did Yahoo. Thank you. They frauded people and they cleaned their money. Now they are now in the House of Reps. They are now in Senate. Even
clean money.
And going to some northern districts, you begin those of them that are the controversial politicians that we have that that's popular on social media that always talking, always singing. They have nothing upstairs majorly. Those are always showing us their cars on social media. This is clinical.
This guy is right.
These guys.
Because someone once told me that some of our politicians, there's nothing upstairs.
That's the truth.
There's nothing
They just prevail through tyranny and through they like you say you were a politician in school, but you have something upstairs. They just did tyranny and they use jag just enter that place. Now these guys now they are dead. But there's a saying that says if tyrants rule a society and the elites are quiet, we will suffer. And we are suffering well for it now.
Massive.
Now, so imagine those guys are our leaders. They will actually be funding money to the G-boys to pick up. Now, so these things are going on. I say, okay, we are blaming government, we are blaming the G-boys. You want them to die? There is no food in town. Hunger is in the land.
So there are different levels to the rituals.
Now, I'm not saying the rituals. Not all the. So see, even the rituals now. See, let me talk about this ritual something now. A G-boy will not just catch a girl like that and use her for ritual. You must be greedy too as a lady.
Yes.
Calm down. Let me talk. Now, babe, come out. You quickly do one shot. Come and do Sariwagba. You know that, okay, this guy never took pick money. You're asking him for 13 produce one. You're asking for too many demands. He will not talk. He will answer you, give you now. But we take your destiny return. Simple and short.
There was a case like that where a girl saw like her underwear, her picture, and whatever in her boyfriend's wardrobe.
But he's buying everything she wants. It's very simple. It's a trade system now. We will not. I'm not saying we will not. They will not talk.
But somehow I blame majority of our girls, our ladies.
Greed,
their own debt,
quick money, greed.
They don't want to work. In fact,
Laziness.
75% of our ladies are not ready to work. They
Actually,
are not ready to work.
They are known for urgent 2K.
Apart from urgent, quick cash.
Urgent 2K is even for the. I always call the slave queen baby. You see, they're always slaying. You be using your 250K with your house rent in your village. Those are even for head. Is
Even in their village.
no, their father is at home. No, he's still struggling. Is
Or their mother is frying akara or something.
Exactly.
But you will carry that hair on your head and you will
You
wear
want to
it,
say
and you're not blaming the G boy
Yeah.
for using you for ritual. You should use you for ritual.
You said something about the educational system.
Yes.
Now, starting with the educational system.
Yes.
And the way it is right now, you know, I know, we all know,
Yes.
the educational system, because even the ASU is on strike right now,
Asking for 3 trillion.
you know, from federal government. And what, actually, I'm supporting ASU, but that's not what we are here to discuss. Because what they should do, federal government should do, is what they're actually asking them to do. You know, so when I was in Uni Abuja, it was a glorified secondary school. But right now, you know, things are coming on well. You know, but when it comes to education, let us not forget the fact that education does not anywhere translate to wealth.
True.
You need to understand that what you are going to school to get is knowledge that you need to transform and do something practically that will give you better. Because if education brings money, then our profs should be wealthy. But we have profs who teaches mathematics, but they don't understand the practicality or where to use mathematics practically.
To get wealth.
They don't understand that the wave we have in the technical team right now, you know, all those waves we have, they don't understand it's mathematics. So they don't understand. They just teach us what's it called, periodical theorem or whatever they call it. You know, but let's leave education because when you say you are going to school so that you can get money, then you should not learn only what is called what they are teaching you in school. Education is not you going to school to sit down to listen to your lecturer. Education is you teaching yourself again. Now, when you finish from school, you go to NYSC. The minute you get to NYSC, when you go to side class, the first thing they will tell you is, there is no job in Nigeria. Go and learn so.
Now imagine something. Now they are breaking. Now imagine you've been in school. School will never tell you that there is no job outside.
No.
Now you're in school struggling for 4 years, 5 years. You even go to maybe not 7 years. Now you're struggling, and now you now come to someone that tell you there's no job. After 5 years of hustling.
Skills acquisition is adapted in every school. Is included in.
It's just now. See now, wait. Now sorry for cutting you now. See those days now. When our fathers finish school, they will give them brand new B2. Cha cha. Now, so we had a sentence of more. If you go school, you go come out, you have job. Share will collect you. Now go come on, you there on POS level.
These things are actually tied. You know, it's a chain. You know, now when we have educational system that is not working,
yes,
you come to the to the business world or outside, and you're now saying someone was looking up to you and saying, Mr. Temi, he's in school, he's studying engineering. If he finish from school now, I know he will start earning big money. He can help my life as well.
Bam.
But right now, you know, then they now see Mr. Temi is not having that cash they were envisioning. Now they are now thinking of, what do I do that will bring me bigger money? Now they now get to the church. Church is now preaching wealth. They only recognize people. They only recognize people who actually are, who are wealthy. They make them sit at the front row. The same thing happens.
They have special recognition.
Special recognition. Now, let's bring it back to ourselves, because I keep saying we as an individual, we are to be blamed.
Yeah.
Now, when you see, because there are people me too I was looking up to, but they are not doing fantastically well as I expected them to. But that doesn't mean that I will now go into ritual killing, because those I was looking up to as mentor are not making it. It is greed that is making those people who thought, who had mentors, and they thought the mentors will come out great and they will be wealthy, but they are not wealthy. Why didn't you ask yourself, sir, what did you get wrong? Because everything is about principle. There's the person of Jesus, there's the principle of Jesus. There are things that pertain to life and godliness. Now, when we have things that pertain to life, there are things that pertain to godliness. There are things that they are basic principle. Sow and you will reap. If you don't sow, you don't reap. Now, I told someone, I said, my mom was actually is a prayer warrior. Let me call her a prayer warrior. But she goes to church on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday, on Friday, on Saturday, on Sunday. Now, you go to church from the hour of, they say they go to the mountain, from the hour of 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock. So many people still do it. That's the most productive hour
of the day.
So all we need to ask ourselves is, why didn't Mr. A make it? What can I do to change the narrative? So that was what I did. I just needed to ask myself, what do I need to do? What do I need to remove? What do I need to add? When you know those things and you have business education, financial education, what people don't know, you go the extra mile and ask for it. When you have a business and you say, so person is in business, is not making money, because those are the excuses we give for these guys. That so person is in business, is not making money, so all I need to do right now is not to go into business. I need to do something else that will bring me quick money. It's a lie. Business brings money. Personally, when you make an income, how do you share it? If you make 1,000 naira every day, do you have a saving account? Or do you just spend on everything on leisure? Or do you spend everything to help your family and friends? According to the statistic, I think as of 2017, one person is tied to another 5. So if you are making an income, 5 of us are dependent on you or depending on you for source of income. So all you need to do is it when you make 1,000 naira and Lagbaja comes to you today and say, please come and help me, because we used to say rich people are stingy. They are not stingy, they are just business people who are wise. Because when they make 1,000 naira or when they make 10,000 naira, you can't come to them and say, please, I need 5,000 naira, and they will give you 5,000 naira. They will tell you, I don't have 5,000 naira. And you'll be like, but you went for a show, I saw you now, they pay you 20,000. How will you be telling me this man is not good, he's not going to come? No, they all need to share this thing. So they now put 20,000, what's it called, 1,000 naira in their business account, back to the business account. They put 1,000 naira in their care or sacrificial giving account. They put another amount in the school, or what's it called, children's school fees and the rest of it. They share it equally. At the end of the day, what they have to spend is 500 naira. And they are spending that 500 naira. So they are not wearing Gucci. They are not wearing, what's it called, what do they call this watch again?
iWatch.
Smartwatch. They're just dressing simply. They are putting on slippers of 1,500, and we're looking down on them. So when you start looking down on people, like I told someone, see, when I was in school, sorry if I'm taking much time, but when I was in school, sir, I remember when I did an advert for INEC in 2015. Ladies were not rolling with me when I was on campus because I don't dress rich. I don't even have money. I didn't buy clothes my 4 years in school. Even though I spent more than 4 years at the end of the day, but for the 4 years I was supposed to spend in school, I didn't change clothes. I didn't buy anything cloth. The only shoe I bought was 1,500 naira at UTC. Do you understand? That was what I could afford. So none of them were relating with me. They roll with the big boys on campus. But immediately they now saw my advert, the advert I did for INEC, on TV. The next thing they did was, on my way, we saw you online. On my way. Then they now walk up to me and come and buy me this. I don't have cash.
It's because like you now, you're like you see dignity or you find dignity in labor.
Yes.
Most of these people who go into rituals, they don't even have that patience
At all.
Sorry,
They don't.
like I want to ask one sincere question.
Yes, sir.
And I need an answer from everyone here. Just in one word, what do you think is the root cause of ritual killing in Nigeria?
Root cause.
Like, just in one word.
Greed.
One, that's you.
Poor parenting.
Sir?
Poverty.
How about you?
Lack of confidence in oneself.
You?
greed.
For me, I think it's self. Okay, let me ask you a question. At a point you're in school.
Yes, sir.
You were broke.
Yes, sir.
You had no money.
Very broke.
Very broke. You're washing boxers for people.
I actually took Gary for a week, once every day.
At a point, you sat yourself down. You ask yourself questions, I believe.
Yeah.
What can I do and how can I improve my income?
No.
You had different options. Tell me the options you had.
Well, I don't know, maybe because I listen to people like Philadelphia, so I was always inspiring myself. As a sanguine and a choleric, what we do is that power. But melancholy has this low self-esteem, so they cannot inspire themselves the way people like me do. So all I was thinking about was positivity. I can't remember.
You never thought of doing Yahoo. You never thought of killing
Just
someone.
like
Because I was introduced to Yahoo when I was in SS2,
and you made a
which I
decision
declined not to do it.
Itself.
That's what you're saying. He said it earlier. He also said it earlier. It all depends on you.
It's not the government. It's not peer pressure. It's nothing for me.
No, some peer pressure comes in.
Still peer pressure. Those ones that feel easily intimidated.
It comes into play.
Because
like
most
we have to look
parents
at all
also
this.
like contribute to it.
Yes.
They'll be like, your mates are out there giving their parents millions of naira, and you are here doing nothing, eating my food, depending on me. If it's and there are all these like upcoming children now. Once you start telling them I'm looking down on you, you cannot give me this, you cannot give me, they will start putting their yes.
And at the end of the
what
day,
he actually said is true itself, because if you had to like listen to what most of our parents are saying to us these days, trust me, you would have done a whole lot of things you'd be regretting.
Just like for instance,
at the end of the day, nobody's putting gun to your head and saying, "Guy, do this thing. You have to do it."
I
also.
believe it's in the individualism. For instance,
Yes.
the issue of Islam and terrorism. Okay, you're a Muslim,
choice.
and you're a Muslim. You decide to join the gang of Boko Haram or other terrorists, and she believes strongly that Islam did not preach that, and she's a Muslim, and you're terrorizing and killing people.
Yeah.
And people refuse to believe that it's not the religion, it's just the individualism, just the person. She's also a Muslim and she didn't do that.
Wait,
Of course.
ritual,
Okay.
does it even work?
Yes.
Do people do...
If
That comes to my
work,
question. No,
if
that
you don't
comes to
know
my
what, if
question.
ritual
Now, like,
is not working,
ritual.
you
They
see
won't do it.
nobody will be doing
And
it.
it
It will be increasing day by day,
Yeah, okay,
Like,
and that brings
the
me
to
high
an
rate
extent that people want to kill their mother.
her mother selling another child.
Exactly.
This woman doesn't believe in ritual. Right?
Okay, since you don't believe in
I've not seen
ritual,
anyone that actually vomited money.
You don't have to see.
You don't have to see.
Have you seen anyone that picked money and turned to yam?
no. Okay,
how
let me
does
just
this
say,
thing work?
it might not be.
Like,
It
that's the
might not
narrative.
be. That's the narrative. Okay, but they're just trying to tell you, like, in other ways that okay, these things exist.
Yes.
Do you understand? Be it vomiting money,
Be it picking money and changing
Hitting-
to something.
Give me 50 naira.
It happens.
It happens.
Yes.
So now, okay, like what we just want to know, that definitely rituals has an origin. What do you believe, like, okay, is the origin of rituals?
You know, a whole lot of these things happened in secrets. All we see is the
Outcome and the
money.
the end.
You don't
But
know
funny
how this
enough,
guy
these
get
days,
his money.
nobody
Maybe he kept
do
one
rituals indoor,
image in his
because
wardrobe and
they'll
stuff is
give them
vomiting money
tasks
also.
to perform, and you see someone tying red wrapper
Or someone in
with
the market
calabash in a marketplace
saw
on
a
top of
video, a
bridge.
video
Some
on
of them will
YouTube.
even be bathing with soap that they collected
A
from
video
their
on YouTube
herbalist
I
or
saw
whatsoever,
around,
bathing with it in an open place on a bridge.
I saw
In
a
fact, if
video.
not Third Mainland Bridge in Lagos.
A video on
No,
YouTube
nothing is hidden.
from,
No.
This west, somewhere from the west. I saw a video on YouTube. So there are two guys, two mature, good, cute-looking guys with pole. This.
Yeah, I saw
At a
that.
junction. We were pulling and eating it, and
Like they
eating
used to
it.
bread to like.
And,
Yes,
and,
and
they are
eating
known,
it.
and the people that are known for such acts are
Yahoo
our
boys.
G boys.
Yes.
Yes, they are known for such
So
acts
that's
and all that. So,
ritualist.
like, okay, now we know this is really,
So
really
do you believe
bad.
in that?
See, I want us to get something straight.
Okay.
Okay.
Ewenje ogunje, that is what Yoruba will say. That means the realm of the spiritual, the spiritual realm is real. You know, leaf answers. So when I take leaves and I do it together, it answers.
Yeah.
It works. So I'm not doubting the fact that the spiritual realm is real. You understand? But what I want us to understand is this: the same way anything you believe in. I went to meet my finance teacher some time ago, and I said, what I wanted to have in my house was to be eating with the normal clay pot. You know, everything you are having in my house is more of an artifact. But people are scared and like,
this
oh,
guy.
don't touch it though. They will say you are juju man and the rest
There's
of it.
nothing there.
You know, now, he now told me something. He said, on my way, there is nothing that cannot be corrupted. This mic can be corrupted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phone can be corrupted.
Yeah.
So the same way you go to church, the same way you go to mosque and go to pray and say, God, I need market to come today. And it will come. If you understand the law of attraction, do you understand? The law of attraction is what you attract to yourself. It works. When people tell you they are what's it called? They are meditating. Do you understand? They are deliberately attracting things to themselves.
Yeah.
I believe that's what these things is all about.
No, they
I
are
don't
actually,
believe-
but most of these things, or most cases, it comes with patience. One thing is they don't have
the so-called ritual.
No, it's fast track. No, it's fast track.
It's fast track.
Yes.
I think we need to sit down and
patience
ask these people that has been, or these people that have been caught. Let's ask them questions. How did it happen?
They will not want to say anything in front of the camera.
They wouldn't want to come in front of the camera. You will have to be a member.
You
have to be one of them.
Not to say anything outside the clan.
Yes.
Because one of the herbalists that was caught in Abeokuta said, he read it from one Alpha, when the father taught him while he was growing up. So he has a book where he has all those things stored. So he was reading it from there. So he gave it to a guy who is a Yahoo guy. And the guy said that it truly worked. So the guy paid 200,000 naira for what's it called, ritual. Fast money. You pay so if you have 200,000 naira,
you can't use it for business.
I didn't start my business with 200,000.
Yes, now
I only started with 10,000 naira.
that is you, and because you have that
thinking is
patience,
different from
and
every
it
other
is
person.
your person.
You don't want to drive Benz now. That's your problem.
That's
You
your
don't want to drive Benz. No, not now. You don't want to drive Benz now. God's time.
You're waiting for God's time to drive your Benz. They are not waiting for God's time.
Patience.
But like the truth is, you can imagine a boy of 17-year-old driving a Benz of 18 million naira. Wow.
You see the ones that are driving Benz of 30 something.
Serious.
Like how?
Very serious.
Now, let me add up to this. I think that one of the most important thing to be looked into about those ritual killings is the religion. Okay, just like you said, an Afar. Okay, I'm a Muslim. Just like my name is Hassana. So there's this belief in Islam that genes exist. Genes are supernatural, invisible creatures created by God, the God's creation too. But their main purpose is to lure man into lust. You get so now this Yahoo boys or whatsoever, even the so-called Babalawo, they work with these genes. The so-called Babalawo that are telling these boys or girls what to do, they work with the jinn spirits. Now the jinn spirits are spirits that have been casted out to lure men. They work with the Lucifer. It's all still part of religion. You get? So now these jinns are actually the creatures who are demanding for these blood sacrifices and all that. Because they have the ability and the supernatural power to invoke, to give you wealth, to make you famous, to give you fame.
Why I would say it exists is because there is a part of the scripture that says, what shall it profit a man when he gains the whole world and loses his soul? The only thing you can trade to the devil and to get all these things is your soul.
Yes.
That soul is very important. So if you can trade that soul, our money is the prince of this world.
But
he will give you those things.
Understand one thing about this thing. It still has to do with the mind. Okay, I have this belief, or I believe according to my religion, that the jinn cannot take over you except you give it a chance to
choice.
The mind.
Power of choice. You're true.
So I think we need to speak to ourselves as Africans.
Religion. It's still
Apart from even Africa, apart from even being like Africans or African youth or something, this thing is not only even in Africa.
It's not even in Africa.
It's worldwide.
But
that's just it. But it's more in. It's more in Africa, yeah, we get that and all that. So also we want to know like implications of rituals. Like, what do you understand by implications?
Like the implications for rituals.
It has so many implications, bro. At the end of the day, man, it doesn't always end well.
Security wise, at the end of the day, you shall end up paying for something.
At the end of the day,
you have been collecting for your wife.
Some of these ritualists are told you only have 5 years to live. You only have 10 years to live.
That's what and they don't mind though. In as far as they have the money,
at that
they
moment,
don't mind.
There was a recent blog that said, "I don't mind dying rich." There was a recent blog from a ritualist, a Yahoo boy, who is lavishing money so far as I'm concerned.
Some of them they don't even mind if it's
always spreading money. He'll tell you that he does not mind dying anytime.
And some of these things come with ridiculous conditions.
They just have this mentality that last everybody will die.
And there's another blog, the guy publicly on TikTok, he said, I have this 7 years or 10 years to live. So please send your accounts I have money, but I'm not allowed to use
and some of them, they come with...
I'm not allowed to use the money to do this. I'm not allowed to use the money to lavish on family. So send your accounts, let me lavish the money, make me spend before I die. And somebody on the comment section was like, no worry, bros, bye-bye, I did come join you soon.
Where you go?
So
Where you
can imagine.
So you could imagine.
So now you see where, let's say, peer pressure or societal pressure
But
comes in.
with such money, when they send it to me, would I be able to use it well?
You can't use it well.
Most money
you go just blow them. You know, go know how to take
you
blow.
know how you
Yes, you know, go know how to money.
Truth of the matter is, it's actually, I said systems and processes. There's always a system around to this thing. So once that money is out, there's something for you to spend it on.
That's the cryptocurrency.
No, not those ones. You have to spend it in a club. You have to spend it at certain places. And that is why they always do. It's always what they call cleaning money system. They now carry the money and take it in the bank, blah blah blah, many things. That has to be spent because they must not sleep at night. Some of them, so they have to look for a way to spend the money. Now they have to sleep with certain girls, certain time. So it has to. It's just.
I'm curious about something.
Yes.
When a Yahoo boy gives somebody money.
We shouldn't even just send it only to Yahoo.
Okay,
or
a ritualist. Maybe I work for a ritualist and he gives me money. Wait, now it's normal. Maybe he calls me, guy, I need this design, I need that, and I do it for him.
Okay.
And he paid me well. Will I use the money well? Like, is it?
Yes.
No,
because it's your hard
money.
money.
I work for him.
Yes, you work for it. It's your
So you
sweat.
have no business with how he got
Exactly.
his
Yeah,
money.
I just work
That's
for
why
him.
it's not dash you.
That's why
He
you know
didn't
that
dash
your
me.
sweat.
He's paid for
When
his
he
service.
dash you, yes.
But what if I work and what I did was I was supposed to get like
That's
10,000 naira and he
appreciation.
gives
You
me-
just
Now
appreciate
he
you.
gives me 100 million.
That's
After the-
appreciation.
Then you see,
said
if your net worth is meant to be 10,000 naira, then the remaining millions attached to the 10,000
happened
will
to
be
it?
you spend inside club now.
You spend it anyhow.
You don't even know how you ended up spending the money.
One of people like me that don't go clubbing.
Exactly.
You know, one of
Probably you
people
take it
that
to the
don't
market and do sadaka
and buy a shoe of 1.5
for
million.
no reason.
No, like you buy land. The money will not fight the land.
Exactly.
Or you buy land and you build
issues.
it will just burn down and all that. So
Well, so the question is now, as youths now in the society, how can we reduce the rate of ritual killing in Nigeria?
like you said, mind yourself, you like
Your
it's a mindset.
An individual.
Yeah.
Your moral decency and all that. So it's just it all depends on you, your choice, your decision, what you want.
Now, sorry, it's not just only you. Now we have to create small groups and systems that can help to shape the minds of individuals. Now, these boys, we see that they are actually taken in groups. If you go to places like Ghana, you hear that they are recruiting these boys and training them on these things. We have to see that to prepare an alternate system to something that's already on ground. Okay, now you have already grown to a point that you can help yourself. Young minds are still small. They are still very free. You need someone to be able to shape them. We need people. I think there should be NGOs that should actually start tackling these things. NGOs,
the National Orientation Agency.
That one is just the government's personal private NGOs that will go further and enter churches, enter schools. Because now you go to public schools, small boy of 13 don't they court, you go they tear your face.
Most of them will even be fighting with their principals. If you tell me nonsense, I will shoot you.
So we have to change the. It starts from the home, then going to the minds of these people.
Most of these boys, 17, 18, doing Yahoo now, they don't even go to school.
They don't go to school.
How do you get them?
You will get them somewhere now. They will leave their house. They will reach out with the mind of going out, like going to school.
Viewing centers, Bet Niger place. You go there. They drop fire.
A situation, okay, an occurrence. Little children going to mosque. Okay. So they were seated outside the mosque environment discussing. Boys of, let's say, 12, 13 years and all that. And then they were discussing among themselves. How far are you now? When you go get admission, go school. Oh. And the other little guy was like, I then forget that thing. Even my father will not agree me. Now just give me 2 years from now. I don't.
And most of them have that mentality of school na scam.
Yes. Most of them do say last
scam. The officer na waste of time.
Driving Benz and doing when they see other 17 year, 18, 19 years old boys driving Benz and are living lavish life, they feel like they can also achieve it. They feel like they can also be
without not knowing how the person ended up
after we've tried to get through the minds of these people. Now, if we can look for now the media, as I said, media is like a school. Now, the House of Assembly planning Nollywood from showing that thing is actually a good thing, because media will educate them, even because their parents are actually failing to do those things. Now, a lot of children are getting their education from social media, from tabs on phones. So if the media can start educating them, now we now go to the point of, okay, we say, okay, that one they've tried. Now, okay, a young boy now knowing that, okay, media is already portraying that, okay, we should not do it. Now we should now start looking for media to now start showing those that did it and their repercussions. Not just, okay, this guy he do best, he pop champagne. Show us when the guy died miserable death. Let us know when this guy his life was not profitable. Let us show those things.
But some of them, even with all those things, they don't go want know wetin e be.
That's their personal problem. But it will actually curb it a little bit.
Yes,
we can't eradicate it totally.
It will, because that's like.
As far as eradicate corruption in Nigeria, that thing now is already gaining grounds to corruption.
But regardless, if you cannot talk to yourself, nobody can talk to you.
Do you want to
how
talk
do you
to
think we
yourself?
can cop
It's
the
not-
menace?
You're not talking to yourself.
Yes, if you cannot talk to yourself, nobody
While I
can
was,
talk to you.
while I
Nothing will
was
sink
in
into
school-
your
No,
head.
there are
While I
some
was
people
in
whereby
school-
they need that encouragement. There are people whereby they need that encouragement. Yes, they need people who
Rehabilitation centers.
That is okay. Your own way of saying we can cop this thing.
Yes.
The menace can reduce and all that. What's your own way if you think that can help reduce rituals?
I feel if you talk to yourself, like bring yourself down, you don't have to like feel I need to do this now, I need to do that one now. No, everything like has time. If you like take your time, patience, you will be able to achieve some things in no time. But if you're eager, you want this, you want that, you want, okay, like me now, I'm not this kind of person that loves material things, I would say, because if indeed I'm that kind of a person, I would have I for don't day street.
No, that one.
I for don't even day outside Nigeria.
That
Say
one
I dey follow sugar daddy, this one, that one. But no, I feel with time everything will fall into place. I don't need to
Patience.
rush or say
Trust
follow
yourself.
Yahoo boy or sugar daddy to get the money. No, now I just my own. I believe patience and time.
Mr. Olawale,
Oh, okay. I think the thing is this, man.
how did you go cop?
The only way we can actually cop this is from the home. Now, from what we see, there are things or there are movies that are rated 18. Now, if you allow your young children, small children, to start watching things that are rated 18,
PG.
when PG 18, you're now making them watch it at age 10,
13.
age 13.
16.
You are not playing your part. There is no reason why you should give a child of 10 years old
What the content?
phone
Yeah.
to use that does not have parental guidance. These are little things we have taken for granted. We no longer, because of the Western world, we now see disciplined children as something that is not good. We no longer do
Like being
that.
hard on the children.
You now be like, no, now you're abusing the child. Abuse Guinea. These are little things. We no longer sit down to talk to ourselves and advise ourselves. I remember back in those days there used to be, family altar, or what do they call it now?
Family
Yes.
prayers.
Yeah, money prayer,
devotional.
money devotions, where our parents talk to us, and they tell you every day, remember the son of whom you are. I think that was what actually helped me, So we need to bring back those days and start imprinting it in the heart of children. For those who have grown, or what you need to ask them is this: how much have you made with your Yahoo or your ritual killing stuff? How much is Amazon making? How much is Mark Zuckerberg making? How much are these people making from their intellectual property? So what we need to ask ourselves is, they are making more money than you, they are more celebrated than you. So do you just want to be a local champion, or you want to be an international champion?
They no one know at the end of the day, they no one know. Miss Hassan, how do you think?
I think I still agree with him.
Okay.
Because the first place to tackle this issue is back
To the home.
the parents, parental guidance, everything still goes back to the parents. Okay. I think the parents should adjust to a situation where training a child, you try to put that child in a situation where they have vision. You try to mold them into seeing the future in a different dimension than it is now. The child is growing up, you let that child have a vision.
Yeah. Okay.
Skills acquisition. It's good that even while at secondary school or after secondary school, you try to mount them down to a particular skill they love or they will
handwork
to start learning and all that. So it's still an religion, especially the church and the mosque. I think it's high time we even start preaching more about rituals, disadvantages, implications in the church and the mosque than just the tithes.
Preaching it will definitely do a whole lot.
Do these people go
but
to church?
Most of them
They do the pay tithe. I saw one on social media that was praying. One was it called prophet or was it like they were dancing inside the church and it was that
praying money like
even the church and the mosque are lost. So why would
they need money?
The church pastors and imams are lost. Imagine a pastor telling you bring big offering, bring big title. If you know your tithe is not big, wait, let those with big tithe come forward first. It's stupid. So an individuals.
All you have to say about it.
From since like getting from the perspective of the old from the old team now, I've been able to understand that now parental negligence we should curb that. Secondly, because the three schools that we have is we have the home, we have the religious setting, then we have the government. Now the home, we've spoken about that one. Now we've spoken about also the religious settings, which from Ms. Asanaye. I will actually come from the government part. That is the last part. If that one cannot be corrected, the rest is around just God's grace. So because now if the government can, as I said, can provide rehabilitation centers now to rehabilitate these boys from schools in societal gatherings. Now see, we organize those days, we used to organize concerts, organize talk shows. Now you can invite Whiskey to a show and boys go come. Now let somebody just talk to them for 10 minutes. Someone, this one, that one. It will change their OT. Now government is even trying entering the entertainment section because now this things actually spread so much through entertainment. The songs, the movies, the lifestyle, those three things are destroying these boys now. Okay, they see songs about scam, songs about if you do scam, chop am, low down, cash up, and with the NBC is playing this thing. Zazu. Imagine now, NBC is not banning these songs. Zazu now, the guy is on drugs, but we are still promoting it.
Portable.
Now, what's the guy's name? Naira Marley now is promoting drugs, promoting sex. Is the government not seeing these things?
They are seeing everything, and they are not even banning.
So if we can, if government can learn to stand up and tackle these things, forgetting that okay, if they can tackle it with rehabilitation, tackle the entertainment section, tackle the media, these things will actually go down drastically. So that's my own point.
But I will say most parents are trying their best to make sure that they bring the best out of their children, but you will not blame them.
That's
because
why
no matter not all parents,
yes,
that's why I said most parents. Even if you bend them, mold them, do everything you want to do. If they want to be bad, they will be bad. If they want to be good, they will be good. If they don't talk to themselves and believe that what my friend is doing is what I want to do, they will end up bad. If they want to, an individual different. If you believe, yes, what my friend is doing, if I do it, I will be like this person. You will not end up well.
So if we should add parental guardians, we add the religion sector, and we add the government sector all together. If these three sectors are effective, children won't think that
they are not all effective.
Self. Don't forget self.
Yeah, the individual.
Now, self leadership, as Mr. Adino is saying, self is very important. We'll see. There's something we're also talking about self. We're talking about something called self will. Self will comes with a lot of training. Self is hard. Now, the same self we're talking about self. Now, self. Are you not still listening to cash out, low down? That self
is hard, but you have to train yourself
that's why you
a lot.
That's why
if you're not ready for it, you will not be able to attain it. Yes.
At the end of the day.
Thank you very much, everyone. That's what we have today on today's edition. But I want to make something very clear. Please, tomorrow when you guys see me driving a Range Rover, it's not Yahoo. Ritual. I'm hardworking. I'm working towards it.
My guy, we did the same level. No worry. If I see you range tomorrow and rituals, I talk.
Why you talk like this now?
Because me, I
know they walk.
But God's
Forget what they do for you.
God's grace, go give us range. Don't forget to follow all our social media handles at YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Telegram. Radio Republic. My name is Hadiza Galadima, and
I'm your boy Adino Yee.
See you
for staying with us
next time. Peace out.